Russell Martin hasn't even settled fully into the Ibrox hot seat, yet already his reign is sparking headlines and heated debate. With Rangers struggling to find their rhythm and the pressure mounting, the new boss now faces a crossroads, and the call he looks set to make could divide opinion across the fanbase. Let's break this down in today's video. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Russell Martin wasted no time showing faith in Nacer Giga when he arrived at Rangers, but so far the experiment has been anything but smooth at Ibrox. The 22-year-old centre-back joined Rangers on loan from Wolves just months after the Premier League club splashed £10 million to bring him in from Red Star Belgrade. Big price tag, big expectations, yet Giga's early displays in Glasgow have raised more questions than answers. He was part of the fragile Rangers defence that crumbled against Club Brugge, conceding 9 goals across 2 legs in the Champions League playoff. Now, with Canada international Derek Cornelius added to Martin's options, a reshuffle at the heart of defence looks inevitable. For all Giga's minutes in the side, his presence could quickly turn from gamble to liability. That's the warning from Scottish journalist Mark Guidi, who has been openly critical of the Burkina Faso international's ability to meet the standards required at Ibrox. Under Martin, Rangers have already leaked 17 goals in all competitions, a number that doesn't inspire confidence. Speaking on the Go radio football show, Guidi didn't mince his words. Giga is a concern for me, he's not up to it. If you're talking about a title-winning centre-half, a title-winning central defensive partnership. So Rangers, early signs, Giga for me could cause a lot of problems. The timing of Cornelius' arrival feels significant. At 27, the Canadian brings pedigree and experience, having gone toe-to-toe with Lionel Messi during the 2024 Copa America. His ball-playing ability even caught the attention of Roberto De Zerbi last summer, though his move to Marseille never translated into a regular starting role. A switch to Glasgow offers fresh opportunity. With the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, Cornelius will be desperate for consistent game time, and Martin will be hoping he can inject resilience into a backline in desperate need of stability. On paper, the solution looks obvious. Pair the left-footed Cornelius with John Souttar to restore balance at the back. Playing alongside Giga, Souttar has often been shunted into an awkward left-sided role, leaving him exposed and underperforming, much to the frustration of the Ibrox crowd. For Martin, finding the right defensive pairing is not just a tactical tweak. It could be the difference between salvaging his tenure and watching it spiral further out of control. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, Rangers owners have been back to stay the course with Russell Martin, despite the mounting pressure on the Ibrox boss. Since stepping into the hot seat at the beginning of June, Martin's tenure has been nothing short of turbulent. Rangers remain winless after their opening 4 league fixtures and suffered a humiliating Champions League collapse, thrashed 9-1 on aggregate by Club Brugge in the playoff round. Unsurprisingly, speculation over his future has intensified, with suggestions the club could act swiftly to cut ties this month. Yet former Aberdeen chief executive Keith Wyness, who also spent years at the helm of Everton and Aston Villa, and now advises elite clubs through his consultancy work, believes the ownership group, 49ers Enterprises, are refusing to be swayed by the noise. Speaking to the media, Wines argued that the Rangers hierarchy are keeping their focus on the long term rather than bowing to fan frustration. He pointed out that sporting director Kevin Thelwell has already thrown his weight behind Martin, confident the ex-Southampton boss can still turn the tide. This is the rebuild Russell Martin's got now, Wines explained. He's done what he can with his squad, and Kevin Thelwell has supported him as best he can. It's now down to him to get things going. Yes, it's been a rocky start, but even the old firm draw managed to quieten the noise a little. Rangers fans need to be realistic. Just because they're Rangers doesn't mean they're automatically entitled to success. This club was in a disastrous mess before the new owners came in. Wines stressed that one of the biggest strengths of the new regime is their detachment from the daily intensity of the Glasgow football bubble. Without the constant pressure of old firm tribalism clouding their judgment, he believes they're better placed to avoid knee-jerk decisions. It's going to take at least a season or two to really get things moving, he added. The owners know what they're doing. They need time. You can't just keep chopping and changing managers. What matters is building something sustainable at Murray Park, in the academy, and across the club's foundations. That's the bigger picture. Whether the fans like it or not, Rangers owners appear determined to ride out the storm with Russell Martin at the helm. Wines' words make it clear that the board sees stability and patience as the only way forward, even as pressure builds with every poor result. For now, the Ibrox faithful may be demanding change, but the hierarchy seem far more concerned with the long game than with silencing the noise of the terraces. In other news, manager Michael Beale has reflected on his time in charge of the club. The Englishman, who served as Steven Gerrard's assistant at Ibrox, came in to replace Giovanni van Bronckhorst in November 2022. Beale ultimately spent less than a year at the helm, and, speaking recently to the Daily Mail, he admitted that there is a huge difference between being a coach and being a manager. He also stated that it was hard to speak to the media several times a week. It certainly is different being the assistant at Rangers to the main man, said Beale. I had Gary McAllister and Steven Gerrard to lean on for 3 years. I had only been away 11 months when I came back up from QPR, but I knew 80% of the squad. Giovanni van Bronckhorst had done a very good job, so the first question I had to the board was why. I went back in, we started well, and it just took off. But the difference between being a coach and a manager is it's just different. My focus had been entirely on coaching up until that point, but then all of a sudden I was knocking out 8 to 12 interviews a week immediately after you play. Sometimes I was very emotional and honest. You have to learn very quickly. If you are coaching in front of 52,000 people, it is hard to switch off all your emotions. You have to be highly competitive. You have to have natural enthusiasm. It is hard to switch that off and come and speak to all the media within 10 minutes of the game. With a few more grey hairs now, I am hoping to improve on it. There are mistakes I have made. We all make mistakes, it is part of being a human. I was proud of a lot at Rangers, the win percentage was strong, we went in so far behind but had more points than Celtic in that period. But a lot changed. Beale took charge of Sunderland at the end of 2023, but he lasted only 12 games at the Stadium of Light. He is now an assistant to Saad Al-Shehri at Saudi Pro League side Al-Ettifaq. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.